Okay, testing the audio. It will sound a little bit weird since I'm just testing it, but you know how these things go. Okay, testing the audio. It will sound a little bit weird since I'm just testing it, but you know how these things go. I see. Still derpy. How about now? Is there echo in the sound? It should have only done it because I had the sound running through to my speakers, and it usually loops. Yeah, the piano sound is lower because I found that when I do the editing and I increase the volume on my voice, it makes the piano too loud. So if I do it this way, actually I can make it a tiny bit louder. That's a little bit better. Now this way they'll be a little bit more even when I adjust the volume when I'm editing. No more echo. How are you, Sandeep? Great to have you with us today. Great to have everybody along with us. Okay, let's see. Let me... Oh, I see, Shesk. I did not know that. So if you ever have any trouble, let me know and I'll see what I can do. Okay, a few more adjustments and we'll get started. "5 a.m. in India. That is pretty early. I can't remember the last time I woke up at 5 a.m., but I have before. So thank you for joining us. It's really nice of you to join us when it's that early over there. But great to have you. Okay. Oh yeah, 2 a.m. for Chesk. I almost called him the real again. Like the old days. Okay, let's see. Alright, let me get the pen out because I'm going to be taking feedback from you guys today, and girls if you're here. because I'm basically just going to be talking to you about like what my plans are for lessons on the web, and I just want your ideas on where we should go from here with the live streams and like pretty much everything else. So just give me a second and I'll get everything else set up. Rich is here again. Hello, Rich. Okay, perfect. Okay, so how's everybody doing today? If you haven't answered already, great to have everybody with us this evening. As always, I hope everybody's doing great. I got Rich's recording of him playing the hymn, the Battle Hymn of the Republic, and I will work that into some kind of video or feature it somewhere very soon. I'll probably do that before 4th of July since there's a deadline. And then Rich messaged me on Facebook, and I said there was a special prize involved, and I can give it to you there. I'm not going to give it to you here because that would ruin it. But yeah, just message me over on Facebook, send me like a private message to the Lessons on the Web account, and I will set you up with whatever the special prize was for this one. And anybody who's just tuning in has no idea what they're talking about. I did a lesson. I'll be posting the entire stream recording soon, and then I'm making an edited version, which will probably be out tomorrow, I think, of Battle Hymn of the Republic. And one of the things I said in the video was to record yourself playing Battle Hymn of the Republic and then send it to me, and then I can, if you want to, if you don't want to, it's totally fine. I can feature it in a video, but either way, if you send me a recording, I'll give you a special prize in return. Piano runs. That's where I saw your name before. Piano runs. I guess I can talk about a little bit. I can't do a full lesson on it because I didn't really prepare, but I can do a little bit on that. I'll do that first. Yeah, I remember Shesky said that you have like a long trip coming up and lots of things going on. All right, so runs. I assume you mean like fills and runs and things like that. So let me talk about that. Okay, so we're going to talk about runs, which can be also called fills. Basically, whenever you're playing in a, whenever you're improvising or playing for a group, making something up, any of that stuff, runs are really good to know. So one of the best, well, not one of the best, but one of the most useful things you can use for runs is your music theory background. So if you know your scales and you know your arpeggios, that is a really important thing. So obviously if you're in the key of C and you have like a 1-4-5 progression, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can check out my music theory series here on YouTube. It's in a playlist, which I will put somewhere. It will appear. But anyway, you can have, scale runs. So, and you can do that in a chord progression too. Just like that. You can also use parts of the scale. Just like that. You can even jump around the scale a bit. Like that. You can use, your major scales. So we know major scales. If you're in a major key, we know minor scales. But if you're in a major scale, you have a couple of options. You can also use what's called a pentatonic scale. So the C pentatonic scale is C, D, E, and actually on any scale, it's the first note, second note, third note, fifth note, sixth note, and then the first note again, which is really the octave above. So I just walked up the scale and down the scale again. So that's probably one of the simplest forms you can do for a run. You can do a chromatic run too. That's another type of scale where you go from one note up to the next one. Like that. You can do a combination. takes some playing around with to make sure that it fits in the context of the song or whatever you're doing. Okay. Another resource you have for doing runs is arpeggios, right? So an arpeggio, if you remember, are all the notes of the chord. So if I have C major, it's C, E, and G, right? And I just played the same thing over again, but you can go over different octaves too. So if you have your chord progression down here, you can go C, E, G, C, E, G, C, E, G, and then you can come back down. And then if you're good at arpeggios, like that, you can do arpeggios up and down. You can choose to use the same chord you're currently playing at the bottom and actually make it the same throughout. So even though I'm changing chords down here, I'm still playing C, E, and G up here. Like that. Another great thing you can do, or actually what I was going to get to next, is you can actually change it with the chord you're doing. So if I'm doing C major first, and then I go to F major, I can do the F major. And notice how when you do the arpeggio up, it has like a rising feeling to it. You know, if you're writing a song about, I don't know, like bubbles or something going up to the surface, maybe you would use arpeggios ascending going up. Now the other way, you can do like a falling motion, which is arpeggios the other way. Here we go. Like that. Or you can use a combination of a bunch. I could use a combination of the pentatonic scale, which is, you remember, first three notes, fifth note, sixth note, and the eighth note of the scale. And then, so like say for the first measure I use the pentatonic scale, I'm using a combination now. And then I use an arpeggio coming down. And then with G, use the pentatonic scale in like a different order. So you can combine these different ideas to make a fun sounding piano fill. You could even mix like the pentatonic scale again. I'll do it in a different order though. And then do like maybe some chromatic notes like we talked about before, the chromatic scale. And then maybe arpeggio if you want to change it up. Okay, going along with the fill thing, I will answer Rich's question in just a minute. So, any basic exercises I could use to help me out? Yes. So, like I talked about your scales. So keep in mind that you want to use the scale of whatever key you're in. So if your song's in F major, you want to know that scale very well. You want to practice the arpeggio of that chord. So if you're playing F, right, you want to practice the F major chord. So basically you want to do scales. You want to do arpeggios. Oops, oh, if I could do them. Here you go. And you want to do those in different keys. So you can do them for different chords, just like that. You want to practice different types of scales. So not only your major, right, you want to be able to practice your pentatonic in different keys. So I just did it in the key of G, I do it in the key of C. And then in terms of putting this all together, what I recommend you do is come up with a chord progression with your left hand. So for everybody viewing today, you know, do the 1-4-5 progression in C first. So that's a C major chord, an F major chord, a G major chord, back to a C major chord. And once you've practiced your scales, your arpeggios, and your chord progression separately, put the scale into the chord progression. So like I'm going to play with my first chord here, I'm going to play up the scale once. And then I'm going to play down the scale, and I'm going to change chords to the F chord. Running low on batteries here. And then when I go to the G chord, I'm going to go up again, and then I'm going to go back to C and come back down. That's really how to ease yourself into it. Just give me 1 second. I need to plug this thing in, or we will be powerless. I don't know where it is. Hold on a second, everybody. Sorry about that. One more second, I'm almost there. Just got to bring it around here and see what happens. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, let's see what we got. Now we're all plugged in. Perfect. Okay, so back to what we were talking about. So once you practice your scales, once you practice, both your major scales, your pentatonic scales, your arpeggios, when you start to put them together, like I said, just go up and down the scale. One chord at a time. So I played that chord, I'm going to change chords, I'm going to play down the scale. And then I'm going to change chords, play up the scale. Change back to the first chord, play down the scale. And that will just get you accustomed to playing along with the different chords. Now, in terms of mixing the ideas together, obviously you want to be able to do the arpeggios too. So once you're able to play everything separate, you want to start practicing very slowly putting all these ideas together. So I'm going to start on the C chord, right? And I'm going to play the first 5 notes of the C scale. And then when I move to the next chord, I'm going to play an F arpeggio. And then for when I move to G, I'm going to play down the C major scale. And then move back to C with a chromatic scale up. An arpeggio down. So it takes a lot of fooling around with to really mix these things together to where they sound right or sound good. So just keep at it, keep practicing it, and it will come with time. Sir, I want to see piano while you play it. Oh. Okay. Okay, Sandeep, so here we are. We're back at playing this kind of thing again. So I'm just going to walk you through it while I'm playing the piano with you. So what you want to do is remember that you want to first practice your scales. And then you want to practice your arpeggios. And then you also want to practice things like the chromatic scale, going up between every one of the notes. And then you want to also practice your pentatonic scale, which is the first note, second note, third note, fifth note, sixth note, and the top note of the scale. And you want to be able to play that in a bunch of different keys. And so forth. So when you play different chord progressions in your left hand, you're able to adjust to whatever key you're in. So the first thing I recommend you do is when you play your progression down here, practice it one time playing the scale up. And then when you change chords, play it going the scale down. Change chords again, go and scale up. And then scale down. That will get you accustomed to what we're going to do next, because then after a while you want to do the scale and mix in some arpeggios with it. Let's see, just like that. And you also want to mix in the pentatonic scale, and you can play the scale out of order actually. Like that. And like I was saying, it takes a lot of time to fiddle around with this to make sure that you have it just right. So I hope this helps. This isn't the full lesson, but I know that you have a concert coming up soon, since I heard you say that. I believe that was you in the comments, so I wanted to give you like a little information to get you started on. So practice those things I talked about separately and then put them together. Just like that. That's right. So I hope everybody got something out of that for sure. How was that, Sandeep? Did that help you out? Did you get something from that lesson? I know it's not the full one because there's other things I want to talk about tonight, but I wanted to give you a little bit of info on how to do that. It takes time. It really does. So it's not something you'll master in a day or maybe even a week. It will take several weeks, maybe even several months. And even as you practice it for years, you will get better and better at doing it, just messing around with it. All right. So that concludes, not the whole lesson, but that concludes the little portion where we talk about fills. I'll make a real live stream just about that at one point, but not today. Okay. So let me go through some questions or whatever some people were talking about. So Rich says, Rich was talking about the recording. So if you're just checking in, hello, feel free to say hello. And Rich was basically saying that he played for me Battle Hymn of the Republic. He recorded it. He sent it to me. It was great. That video will be out. If you're watching this, it will be out the Monday the 27th of June. So if you watch the recording of this later, then it's probably out already. But basically it's Battle Hymn of the Republic, and at the end of the video I request that you record yourself playing, and if you send it to me, and if you give me permission, I'll share it on the channel, but if you don't give me permission and you still send it to me anyway, I'll give you a special prize. You get a special prize no matter what, so long as you send me a recording, and it's a prize that you will like, I promise. So we'll go with that. I could do a William Tell overture at some other point. I don't have it in front of me right now, and I'd like to get the right version for the stream. But I could definitely do that, because since I think it would really, it'd be something people would be looking for. You make it seem so very easy, though it isn't. Sorry about that, John Carter. John Carter, sorry about that. Yeah, it takes a lot of time, like I said. It's not something you're going to be able to do in seconds or, even weeks sometimes. Piano does, as you know, takes a lot of time and effort, and I'm here for you in that venture. So, like, if you really want to take the steps to become a good pianist, I'm here for you. I will answer, the questions that you have to the best of my ability. But just keep at it, practice songs, work your way up, practice like more difficult songs as you go. Not something way above your current level, but, start slow. Like they always say, the pyramids weren't built in a day, and neither were my piano playing abilities. It's really not easy. It gets easy, but it's really not. So I definitely sympathize with you, because there was a long time I played where I was not nearly as good. I had the privilege of being able to go to music school and learn piano there and other things, but that took a lot of time and effort as well. So I know it's not easy, but I kind of make it look easy. But hang in there and you'll get it. Hello, Diamond Miner Girls back. Yes, I remember you. You are a Minecraft. I didn't know they made Minecraft, but Minecraft, aren't you? Let's see. There are a bunch of people in here today. I love it. I really think it's because I don't have like a tutorial where I'm playing a 4th of July song. People just don't seem to dig those as much. Let's go through some more comments to see what you have. So if you're just tuning in, feel free to leave a comment, and I'd love to get back to you. We're just doing a general stream tonight where I'm just kind of getting feedback from you, taking some questions, and then I'm going to walk you through some ideas I have to see what you think, things we can implement into the stream. Because this isn't just my channel, it's the piano players channel, people who have that dream they want to learn piano. So I would love to hear your suggestions and things that you would like to have. I might not be able to implement them tomorrow, but I would love to hear from you, even if you just say hi, or if you don't want to at all, it's totally cool. Yes, I got it. All right. Let's see. Oh, how are my memorization skills? Somebody says. Rich says. How fast? Okay, so let me go over the question again. How fast are my memorization skills, and how are they? Sometimes it depends on the song, because sometimes if I work on a song and it's really hard and I'm reading the sheet music a lot, over weeks and months, I will get most of it memorized while doing that, just because I'm just working on it so much. But some tips on memorizing, maybe I'll do a lesson completely on that someday. That's actually a really good idea. To get good at memorizing, the key is observing what's happening, right? I know that's really a generic thing to say, but what do I mean by that? Well, I mean that you can get a lot better at memorizing if you're aware of what chords are taking place. So like I was talking about earlier, the different chords you have, if you have arpeggios, and so say I have a song that starts with an arpeggio, I know right away that, oh, that's a C major arpeggio. So it gives my mind more information to go by, because if you learn things just by muscle memory, what may happen is you might get through the song okay, but chances are if you mess up, which muscle memory is a lot more flawed, I think, than using your theory background to understand what chords are happening at that time. What'll happen is if you mess up, especially if you're performing, your brain won't have nearly as many things to latch on to. So you'll be much, much better off if you say, okay, well, I messed up in this measure, but I know the next chord and the next measure is set up like this. It has like a G, octaves in the bass, and it goes up and plays G, arpeggio up there. If you know that, you can go right back, even if you make a mistake, go right back to where you were and continue. That's a much more solid way of memorizing. So remember, it's all about being aware of what's happening. It takes more time to study it this way, but you want to go through each measure and think, what chords are going on this measure? What rhythms are happening in this measure? What's happening with the right hand? Is it going up scale-wise? Is it doing arpeggios? Am I doing, mixing the notes around on the scale? What's happening? So not only just playing through the song enough to have it muscle memory. Muscle memory is okay to start with, but you really want to understand what's happening with the song. So if you make a mistake, you can jump right back in. Please play something. I will play something towards the end. Let's see. I'm going to scroll up a little bit. Okay, let's see. Tim, could you please take a few minutes and explain how the format of your piano lessons as a student on your site works? I mean, what's the commitment of time I should put in and how often? Do you mean my Lessons on the Web Academy, like on my website, lessonsontheweb.com, which you should all totally go to once the stream is over? You don't have to, but if you're really serious about learning piano and music, it's over there for you. Um, so let me know what you meant by that, Chesk, and I'll get back to you. Do I play any other instruments? Very good question. I play trombone. I know how to play trombone. It's been a while since I played. I know how to play bass guitar and piano, and I did dabble in the harmonica a little bit, but I'm definitely not proficient at that. But I do know a couple of instruments, and then in music school, we had to play a lot of instruments like violin, flute, oboe, drums, giant bass guitar, regular guitar, uh, a ton of things. I'm trying to remember all of them. Viola was really fun, actually. I really enjoyed that one. Um, yeah. So those are the ones I've played. But if I had to narrow it down, piano's number one, and then followed by trombone, and then bass guitar. Okay, let's see. Somebody says, please say something. I will play at the end, like I said. Thank you for the advice. Do you think formal instruction of teaching is necessary at a certain point to become an advanced pianist? Yes and no. I mean, yes, in terms of becoming an advanced pianist. If you're really serious about, becoming a great piano player, you really need some sort of feedback. So you really either need a teacher that you can submit like clips of you playing to. If they're over the internet, you can Skype with, there's teachers you can Skype with. But if you could meet with somebody every once in a while, it doesn't have to be every week, but every once in a while, a professional teacher to give you feedback, that's invaluable. So if you're really to become a professional, yeah, I would think about getting a teacher if you have access to one. Okay, let's see. Please play something. Okay, I read that one. Okay, I have played for John Carter says, I've played piano for about 4 years, learning my predominantly on my own, and I'm considering getting more advanced formal teaching. Yeah, so if you have the opportunity and the cash, the resources to do it, I would definitely go for it. You definitely make an interesting point. I usually try to memorize without using theory knowledge. I will focus more on that. Very good, Rich. I know you'll have more success. Diamond Miner Girl says, Diamond Miner 17 Gamer, sorry, says, cool, thanks. And then Robin is here. Wait, did you just say that you like the viola? I guess so. I guess it's okay. I'm just kidding. Thanks for coming out tonight, Robin. Great to have you, by the way. Okay, so can we play Gratitude in piano? But sounds amazing. I'm not sure what that is. If you want to send me a link in the, like, if you could link it to me in the chat here, I can take a look at it and let you know. I'm not really sure which song that is. It sounds familiar, though. Okay, and then I'm going to go to Shesk's question, the Sheshkin, and let's see here. Let me see which view I have up on the screen, because I really don't even know. Oh, it's that one. Oh, that's weird. It still has the PowerPoint up from before. Okay, let's see. See what's happening. Give me a second here. We're experiencing some technical difficulties. I don't know what's happening. Let me see what the deal is here. It's not doing anything I say. Close. Okay, hold on a sec. There it is. Okay, awesome. Okay, actually, just give me another second, I promise. Only because, actually, I have an idea. Just me. So Shesk was asking about my website, LessonsOnTheWeb.com. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to log in and I'm going to show you exactly what it's like. But I don't want you to be able to see my login screen. Oh wait, that's not even it. Okay, let me do this. So just hang in there. We will get back to our regular scheduled programming very soon. What is happening? Here we go. Thank you for your patience. Coming back to it. Weird. Oh. Okay, back again. Search on YouTube. It'll be the first search. Okay, I will take a look at that in a few minutes. Can't send a link here. Okay, I'll take a look here in a second. You're very welcome, John Carter. Anytime I can give you advice, I would love to. I'm happy to. He's a pro rich classes. I'm jealous. Okay. Okay, so let me show you what we're talking about now. There we go. So on my website, LessonsOnTheWeb.com, once you enroll in the academy, you click on content for academy students, a little login box will appear. You put in your information and boom, it takes you to this page. So basically we'll say welcome and then say what's going on for June. Some of the things that are new with the academy this month is that your ear training, the level 1 course for ear training is complete. It's a 5-unit course which will take you through hearing what's happening in your music. Playing the piano level 5 is pretty much done. Jazz composition course is almost done, and I just completed a tonal theory course, which is understanding like how notes interact with one another in music and music theory. And then composition level 1 is being developed, and dictation level 1 as well. And that says, what do you want to learn today? So what you do is whenever you log on the website, you think, all right, what do I want to learn? Do I want to learn piano, music theory, rhythm, improvisation, sight reading, or ear training, which I just mentioned. So if you go to piano, you can see that there are a bunch of piano courses already. There's also a song practice gallery, which I'll talk about in a second. So here's what you can expect from a course. If you've seen a lot of my YouTube videos, you can probably start at playing the piano level 2. But here, this is for like a review, this introduction to piano music. And it is also, if you have not seen all my YouTube videos yet. You also learn songs in this as well. You learn Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, Mexican Hat Dance, Good King Wenceslas, Mary Had a Little Lamb, Jingle Bells, all very, basic introductory songs going on there. And then it gives you your topics that are covered and what you need to know. So here's what it is. So it's like the videos that you can expect from the channel, where my setup and everything, hey, that looks really familiar, right? You click on whatever video you want to play and it will play it. Well, hello there. Usually just takes a second or two to load. And then you can also download the PowerPoint that I'm reading from as notes. You go down, there's playing examples for each unit, and you can print these out as well and view them in your browser. And there's usually an extra song. For this first unit, it is just like an extra example, just because it's starting out the course. And then you have like some assignments, and there's 5 units of this. You know, actually 6, because I did add an extra practice unit to a lot of the courses, not all of them. And as you go through, you can see that it has the same stuff here. You have your concepts, you have a video, you have, your PowerPoint you can read from. You have playing examples. You can watch me explain how they're played, just like on the YouTube channel, along with printing them out as well. So it's really a lot of the great stuff you can expect, along with printable material. They can use and extra assignments to give you extra practice. So there's a ton of content here. This is just the introductory course, by the way. There's a ton of even piano courses, and then there's music theory courses and all those other topics that I mentioned. Each course takes you, it depends. For these earlier courses, they won't take you quite as long. I'd say maybe a week or so per unit. So this course might take you 5 to 6 weeks to complete. Some of the later courses, like playing the piano level 5, you should spend anywhere between, honestly, 2 at the earliest if you're a really quick learner, but anywhere between 3 and 5 weeks per unit. So that really multiplies the amount of time the later courses will take you, because they have more complicated songs with them. They have more complicated concepts that they cover, and things like that. But that's generally what you can expect. So you can always go back to the content for Academy students page, and you go down here and say, okay, I have 8 piano courses already done. So there's a ton of piano stuff to keep you busy. More is on the way. And then you may be saying, well, what's the song practice gallery about? This is the Sound Slice gallery. So there's easy level songs, just some extra songs if you're going through the earlier courses, some more advanced songs, Minuet in G, a Mozart style piece, Sonata 5 in G by Beethoven, Little Shepherd by Debussy. Now, what's the deal with this? Why do they, why does the sheet music look like this? Why isn't it in its normal format? Well, this is something called Sound Slice, and this is something that I actually worked with somebody. I didn't actually develop this, but somebody I worked with, I worked with them to implement it into the website. So what you do basically is, it's like a tool, and it actually works better if I have a mouse to click on things, but I don't have that yet. But what you do is you can highlight, parts of the music that you want to go over, and you press play, and it plays along, and you can play. And then it repeats. So like if you don't select anything, it plays through the whole song. Or if you're having trouble with one measure, you select that measure, and it just does that measure again. And it's really helpful for practicing songs, like focusing on areas you're having trouble with. And you can go at a slower speed as well. So if you want to slow it down. Oh wait, I accidentally pressed stop. Bum, 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 bum. So it's really slow there. But you can speed it up to full speed or even faster than you're going. You can also there's also a little light up key thing. So it actually, like kind of what I do, shows you what notes to play on there for a little bit more information. And then there's other things as well. You can transpose it to different keys. You can zoom in and out, things like that. This is just like an extra tool that I put into the Academy because I think it would be really helpful learning additional songs. I'm going to work on putting some more songs in this section. As you can see, there's plenty to choose from, but someday I want a whole library of piano songs I can put in here. So that's just another thing you can do with piano on the website. Okay, Rich says website looks good. Thank you, Rich. The Shesk says, very nice setup, lots of content, seems to be very helpful. Are the videos different from the YouTube videos? They're different in terms of that they cover more content. The way they're laid out is very similar to the YouTube. They don't have the like introductions, and I don't ask people to subscribe because I mean you're on the website already, and I feel like that just kind of fluffs up the videos. That's great for YouTube because it helps engage people and get them to subscribe, but obviously I don't need you to like the video on the website, so that stuff is cut out. So it's strictly like right to the learning, right to the lesson. Some of the lessons are a little bit longer because it covers more topics, but generally what you can expect in terms of quality on the YouTube channel, you can expect on this website as well. And there is a ton of stuff here, like tons of topics I haven't talked about or I just barely talked about in the stream. And then if you want to, and then things like perfecting your scales and things like that, improvising, there's videos on that as well. So there's a ton of stuff on there that can really help you learn on there. Okay, Chess says that is awesome. The keyboard show of a piece. Yes. So, I think that's very helpful if you want to, learn a certain piece. If you have by the way, if you're a member of the Academy and you have a request of a song you want added to this section, this song practice section, I'd be more than happy to at least look for you and try to find them. I'm able to find most songs actually. But if it's something like from a movie, the chances of me finding it are way less. It's possible, but especially if it's like any kind of these easier songs, like This Old Man. If it's classical music, I can usually get that 95% of the time. So you can just give me any suggestions you have, and I'd be more than happy to try to accommodate you for sure. And Robin is impressed. Thank you, Robin. So I am definitely interested, Tim. I plan to sign up for a lifetime subscription when I move in August. That would be amazing. Thank you. I will have more time and structure for it then. Perfect. So if you have any questions about it between now and then, or really ever, just let me know. And like I said, more than happy to help you out with that. Oops. Okay, so in the last few minutes, I think we've seen, does anybody else have any questions about the Academy that I can answer for you? Okay, so we are going to go to the YouTube page now. Oh, wait, I don't want to show you that. Because I was going to show you, I was actually going to show you like all my analytics and stuff. It's not like a big deal if you did see that, but okay, let's type us in lessons on the web. Okay, so if you're just joining us now, feel free to say hello. If not, we're going to talk about in the stream generally what's happening with Lessons on the Web, what my plans for the website are. I showed you a preview of the website, so if you missed out on that, check out the recording. Just take a look. So my YouTube channel should be up on the screen now, which I'm going to talk about that, and then we'll get back to regular lessons, next time in the near future. So, oh hey, take a look. That's a picture of what we're doing now. So I changed the banner image that for the most part I like better. I feel like the right side is a little bit blank. I'll have to figure something out to put there, but I feel like it fits the piano motif even better. And then of course I'm taking that YouTube course that's going to teach me different things about how to set up the channel a little bit better. I'm working on the thumbnails for the earlier videos because the other ones I had were dreadful. And then in terms of videos that are coming out, so obviously you can go to, whoops, that's not what I wanted. Oh, gratitude. I can do that. Just give me a minute. We will do that toward the end. The problem with doing that though is if I play it on the stream, YouTube will flag my video. I've done that before. So I may just, what I'll do is I'll bookmark it and I'll take a look at it and listen to it later, and then we'll do it from there. So sorry about that, because it really will be a problem if I just play the video or even play the sound from the video on the stream. They don't like that. They don't like when you take other people's content. Not that I'm trying to do that, but they think I am. Okay, so today we're talking about lessons on the web, very self-indulgent lesson. Next time we're going to the 4th of July Hangout. It's our mini concert, so these are all the live streams you can expect. Then we're on break for not 3 weeks, but 3 sessions. So the Sunday, July 3rd, Friday, July 8th, and Sunday, July 10th. I think this will help me, recharge my batteries, think about the streams coming down the line, plan for them a little bit better, and just generally have a break during the summer, because everybody likes that, right? And then we're going to be back on the 15th, and I'm going to teach you how arpeggios work. So I'm going to go into more detail about arpeggios, how you want to practice them, things like that. And then we have one thing I'm planning for the YouTube channel, one of the big changes I'm making, it's not a huge change, is that we're going to have a community spotlight, and that's going to be on a lot of the Sunday lessons. And basically what this is going to be doing is this is going to be asking you for your response on something. So we're going to do on Sunday, July 17th, we're going to meet together. And I'm going to take questions like usual, but we're going to be talking about piano stories. So stories you have about learning the piano, I want to hear about them. Or maybe stories about why you want to learn piano and why you started. I would love to hear back from you. So, and then the circle of fifths, I'm going to explain on the 22nd, because that's a big thing. That tells you what all your keys are and things like that. And then we have another community spotlight on the 24th. What are you struggling with? So think over the next month or so. What are those things that really get at you? What are those things that you just can't get? Things like what Rich asked about, memorizing, things like that. So bring those questions with you there. And then Friday, the 29th, we're on break. And then you can see that, we have a chord progression lesson. What is a chord progression? And then I'm still working out the very end of July into August. So that's what I have planned. As you notice, the only real difference between what's happening before and what's happening now forward is that the Sunday lessons are now replaced by a community hangout, community spotlight, we're going to call it, where I get, your feedback, I get your experiences playing piano. I may ask you to record something for that lesson or turn in some kind of homework assignment as well. But those are really for the community, and we'll save the actual lesson portions for Fridays. No stream. Rich is disappointed in no stream. I know, Rich. I'm sorry. Sir, make a video on how to impress girls using piano. You know what? That is not a bad idea. The only reason I wouldn't make that video is, I'm trying to think of a good reason why I wouldn't, but I think it's a little I don't know, maybe I can make a video like how to impress anybody with the piano, because if I do it like how to impress girls from with the piano, it's like, well, what if girls are watching? You know what I mean? Well, if they go that way, then maybe they would be interested in that. But maybe I want to make it more neutral towards anybody. You know what I mean? So that anybody can be like, oh wow, I really want to impress not only somebody I love or somebody I'm interested in that way, but somebody I respect, or somebody I care about, or somebody I know, or just random people. How do I impress them as well? But that's not a bad idea, actually. I mean, the concept of it I like. Okay, let's see. All right, good. I'm glad people are liking the community spotlight because one of the directions I want to go with the channel, if you read the banner to the channel, it says opportunity for all, achieve your dreams of playing piano. So I think because I spent a lot of time, this is actually part of the course I'm taking as well. I spent a lot of time thinking about like what the target audience is for the YouTube channel and the website and everything else, but I really think that the people watching these videos, for the most part, now some of them are, they're taking piano class and they're forced to learn piano, or their parents are forcing them to learn piano. But I think a lot of the people that are interested in this channel, they don't have access to lessons on their own, or they can't afford regular lessons. So this is an opportunity for all of them to learn piano, and I think a lot of those people, it's their dream to learn piano, like Rich and Shesk. I think, it might not be like your biggest dream ever, but I think it's something that you aspire to do, on your own. You're spending your spare time, with me, learning how to play piano. So I think it's something, you genuinely want to do. So that's kind of the little phrase that I came up with that. And really how to expand on that phrase is, especially the opportunity for all, is I really want the opportunity of the community to be a part of the channel as well. Another thing I'm going to do, I really want to do this summer. I'm actually going to ask a friend of mine who I went to music school with. I don't know if she's going to let me film her, but what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go up there and to where I went to music school, and I'm going to tour the school, and I'm going to bring a camera with me, and I'm going to like document it and put it out, on the channel, really to give you an idea of like where I come from and what my experiences are like. And I think the live stream is a perfect way to do that. But I think if I do like a vlog and show you like a little bit about, like I said, where I come from, I think it will just help us all connect even better. Rich says it's my biggest dream ever. Awesome. Thank you, Sandeep. I'm glad you like that too. So feel free to come out and share with us. If you want to, if it's like really early for you, I know it's like 5 a.m., approaching 6 a.m. now for you. I think that's what you said. You can always like leave me questions in the comments of like, or on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, just leave me a comment somewhere and say, oh, hey, during your next live stream, can you talk a little bit about this? And then I'd be more than happy, so long as it's like reasonable, that I can fit it in there. I'd be more than happy to accommodate you. So let's see. What format do I want the piano stories in? How do we tell our stories with you? Here in the chat, or write you a mail that you're allowed to read up, or how? So if you're attending the live stream, you can just type them in. You can also send me a video of you talking. That would be cool. I'd play that on the live stream, and we could go from there. Or if you're unable to make the stream and you still want to share, leave it in the comments of a video. Maybe I'll make a video ahead of time, like, hey, this is what's happening. I want you to share your piano stories. Leave them in the comments here, and I'll do them during the stream. So I should probably do that, but if I don't do that for whatever reason, just message it to me on Facebook, or if you're here for the stream, you can do that, or even record yourself, and I would love to play that during the stream. Yeah, Rich, that's a good idea. Sandeep says, well, my dream is to play piano Pirates of the Caribbean on stage. That's an awesome dream. That's a really, I get that so much, or at least I did when the movies were like really, really big when they first came out. Can we learn the Pirates of the Caribbean theme or one of the themes from the movie? So I got that question a lot, and those are some great songs to play. How about a Skype call for the spotlight so it is a fluid conversation as opposed to slow chat? Yes, I mentioned that before. That would be a great idea, Rich. I need to figure that out. I know I can, with the software I use, I know I can incorporate a Skype chat. I have to make sure that the stream still holds up, because what may happen if we're Skyping it may take up too much bandwidth, but I think it would be okay because we're not sharing video. If we were sharing video over Skype, that takes up way more, way more bandwidth. So I could definitely figure that out. Yeah, it is. It is great for group work too. That is true. It is really great for that. So while everybody is okay, so if during the stream, what may happen sometimes is if you ask me a question and I don't get to it, like don't think I. This happens to Sheska all the time for some reason, but if you feel like I missed your question, just ask it again. So if there's any questions, you asked before, or any last minute questions you want, we're going to wrap up here in about 5 minutes or so. Ask it in the comments, and I'll try to get to them, before we finish. And while you're doing that, I'm going to play the B flat blues. Why not? You're very welcome, Sandeep. Thank you for coming by. I hope my little lesson on fills helped you out with your concert coming up. And you are very, very welcome. So I will get back to, and you're always welcome to come back again. And I would love to see you, even in the comments would be fantastic. So here I go. I'm going to go back to the blues. Here we go. right, see you, Rich. Thanks for coming by. Great to have you as always. And have a great week. And I'll see you on Friday. Well, if you're able to come for the hangout. And then we're on break for a little bit. But hey, then we'll meet back and we'll be at full energy. But thank you so much for stopping by. All right, everybody. So I think I'm going to conclude it here for tonight. We're at about 9 o'clock. And I think that's all I have to talk about. So if you have any other questions, last minute questions, feel free. And yeah. Yeah, it was great sharing everything with you guys. And it's great having you as a part of the stream. For sure. So thank you so much for being a part of the community. And I hope that we can grow this little family we have to, huge heights, million subscribers. I don't know, maybe someday, but not today. I'd be happy with 50,000, but we're getting there. I'm inching my way there. Hopefully with this course I can, rocket my way there, but hey, we'll see. All right, good night, everybody. Thanks for coming by. Some videos are coming out this week. We got Battle Hymn of the Republic tomorrow. We have on Friday, I think the Augmented Triads video that's coming along very well. I put some more effort into that. And there's another, I don't remember, America the Beautiful. Something else is coming out on Friday as well. So new videos this week. Thanks for coming by. And I'll see you for the next lesson. Oh, that's alright, Jessica. I think just being here helps me out. Thanks for coming, Robin, if you're still there.